Too many days in the darkness without a glimpse of the light. Running tired and broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight. I see you broken and beat, head pulled down over your eyes. Every part of you wants to surrender, but darling, you were meant to survive. With every start, we are born again. Open your heart.
Whew. Well, it is Saturday morning, and it's time for the first ride outdoor. I've done some trainer rides, but I hadn't even put the Canyon back together yet. No front wheel, hadn't taken the stickers off, hadn't wiped it down, so did all that this morning, and now going out for just 2 hours easy on the river trail, nothing hard, just spinning, no big wattage, down to the beach and back. I have felt pretty tired since the race. The 2 days after the race, I did a lot of driving. I felt sore, but I felt like I had a lot of energy. But since being back, I definitely could tell getting in the pool, swimming, if I start to sprint at all after just a few hundred yards, I start to feel it. I have not run since the race because my feet have been really sore. I think I might have bruised the ball of my foot a little bit on the transition run out of the swim. It's a long run on concrete, so I've been feeling a little tenderness there, as well as some plantar fascia issues on the left foot. And during the race, the tendon that I have, I don't even know which tendon it is, but it's on the outside of the ankle bone. It kind of goes down along the bottom of the foot. That always seems to flare up during the run of a half Ironman. Doesn't bother me in training. Every once in a while, a little stabbing pain, but doesn't bother me in training. I can run 11 miles, 12 miles, doesn't bother me. But every single half Ironman, it pops up about mile 9 and bothers me. So that hasn't bothered me since the race, but the plantar fascia has been doing a lot of rolling and just resting. But now it's 6:15, I gotta hit the road.
With every start, we are born again. Open your heart, spend less time in your head.
Well, that was a great ride. No wind today, just flat all the way to the beach. Averaged just under 20 miles per hour. Took it super easy and just enjoyed the weather. It is beautiful outside. It was actually foggy down or overcast a little bit down by the beach. Got a little cool, but up here it is beautiful. Now stopping at the grocery store to pick up a few things because tonight I'm headed over to some friends who want to hear about the race. Well, it is Sunday morning and I am going out for my first run since the race. Really giving the legs a lot of time and the feet, because I've been feeling a little bit of pain in the plantar fascia of my left foot, just giving everything time to recover. And today, just 30 minutes easy. Now, yesterday, I didn't do any recording after I got home from my bike and going to the grocery store. To be honest with you, I have been suffering from a little post-race blues, I'd say, or just feeling pretty tired, mentally exhausted. And I tend to feel that way after races. I think I build them up mentally, all of the training, the intensity, the travel, all of those things. I don't know if you guys go through this as well, but I tend to allow it to happen for about a week or so, and then I've got to take some action to get myself back out of it. And that's what I did yesterday. Came home from the swim and decided, what am I gonna do that is small, that I can start to feel like I'm making progress again. Santa Cruz is 8 weeks away, and I'm not talking about training, I'm talking about just in general life. I've been fairly unmotivated. Came back, my equipment has kind of just laid here, haven't unpacked everything, just left it in the garage. I've been training, but not really getting organized or anything like that, just kind of unmotivated. My desk was really messy, and I've had this desire to possibly start doing the podcast again. So yesterday, finally, I gave myself about a week, I said, okay, what are we gonna start with and what is gonna provide you a little motivation to ramp it up again next week? So I started with my desk. I actually rearranged my desk, moved it sideways so that the cabinets are behind me, cleaned it all up, got my microphone set up. You know, I was using the little recording studio I made out here. Luckily, it didn't cost me any money really. I had the building and I had some friend give me the sound panels. I love doing the project, but ultimately it's just way too hot in there and I'm not using it. So what I found is that I actually enjoy recording more in my office. It's brighter. I've got my nice computer. So it's been in my mind to work on that. And I felt like it was super hot yesterday. I felt like it's a good project to start with, to start that momentum back again. But I'll talk more about that when I get back from my run.
It's the coldest hand that run down this land where the ocean lands. It's the tallest sound, the damn smallest crowd, but their hearts break loud. Far from ever feeling lost with me, I'll push you back towards land and sea.
Stretching is my weakness. Well, I am back from my run and it actually felt really good. Didn't feel hardly any pain in my feet. And about halfway through, I could feel my hip flexors are a little sore, but just felt a little tired towards the end of the 30 minutes. One of the things that I was happy with in the data from the race, looking at my watch information, was my cadence. Leading up, I had been targeting 170 cadence, and I actually ran exactly 170 cadence for the 13.1 miles, so I was really happy with that. But now I am going to grab a bite to eat, and then I'm gonna try and tackle some of this. Good morning, girls.
Good morning.
Oh, still yawning.
Well, I just woke up too.
You both just woke up. What's happening here?
Everyone is fine.
We are doing.
Maybe you should look.
We are doing a eating challenge. Where
Cover your eyes and you gotta figure out what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you are,
I already got 1 point.
you're very daring. I am breaking my no caffeine rule after 10 a.m. today with a little bit of cold brew because it just tastes so good. But I'm about to grill some burgers and some dogs for the kids. We were just hanging out this afternoon, got the garage all cleaned up. Feels so much better. You know, it just takes that first step. I mentioned earlier kind of the post-race blues and then feeling unmotivated and my feet were hurting, and honestly it really took me back to accomplish all of my goals and qualify for both world championships. I had my mind set that maybe I could get a Utah spot and that would be amazing, but then I had all of these races lined up and they were for Finland ultimately. Ooh. That was a big beetle just slammed into the back of the barbecue and scared me. They're those green beetles. I don't know if you have them where you're from, but they are about that big and they are green and they are pretty much blind and they just bounce off of things. So they do absolutely no harm, but people are so scared of them. Where was I? So I have qualified for both races, and now I've been spending a lot of time thinking about what is next for me. What do I need to focus on? And I'm not quite ready to reveal exactly what my goals are. I kind of mentioned them in the last video. I definitely want to get closer to a 7-minute mile pace on the run. I definitely want to get faster on the bike. I think I can break 23 or get close to 23 miles per hour. And ultimately, I want a top 5 slot, so I am not getting a roll down spot. And that's my stretch goal, is ultimately getting to that top 5 spot. But accomplishing that kind of put me in a weird mental state of lack of motivation and trying to figure out what is next and what are these goals. And I think this happens to a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. For me, it was because of the goals being accomplished and trying to figure out what's next. But for a lot of people, I think they train really hard. They are 100% mentally focused on achieving this goal, finishing this race. And then ultimately, right, you have this huge journey, which is amazing. And the race is really small. And then boom, it's kind of all over. And you're left with trying to figure out what's next. Maybe you're sore, maybe you're tired, you're mentally exhausted, you don't have any plans, you don't have a race booked. So for me, one of the key things is taking action when I feel like I'm in a rut. And that was what I did yesterday and today, just small actions. Let me accomplish these things. And that helped a ton, because now I'm feeling some more motivation. The other thing is having a race booked. I've got that done, but maybe it's not another triathlon. Maybe it's a run. Maybe it's an open water swim. Doing something, having something to start thinking about and moving towards. I know so many people, and I can say this is probably the biggest reason I have not progressed to my potential over the last 15 years is I yo-yo. I train for an event, I accomplish that event, and then I'm off the wagon. I backslide, and it could be 6 months, and now it's time to train for another event, and I've gained weight, and I'm slower again, and staying consistent is the key, and I am starting to see the benefits of that over the last couple of years. While I had a bad last year, I didn't slide as far back as I had in the past. So staying consistent in your training, because it's so easy to finish a half Ironman or a marathon or an Ironman and then take 4 months off, right? And there's just so much backsliding that occurs in that with your fitness, with your diet, everything. So if possible, get that next race booked. That works really well for me. The other thing is, if you're lacking motivation to get training again, then find someone to work out with, find someone to train with. I've got my running group, which I am looking forward to getting back to running with them, hopefully this week, because I've taken the last few weeks off with the race and everything, and today was my first run back. But knowing that that group is there, that will get me moving and training again. So find someone to train with if that helps. But I better get grilling, because the kids are going to start to riot here pretty soon if I don't feed them.